In this lesson, we're going to talk about home insurance. So when you buy a home, you must have home insurance. Home insurance protects you from fire, flood, burglary, natural disasters, anything like that. So it's really important that you know what your insurance policy covers and what will be covered and what will not be. So comprehensive insurance will cover your building itself, so your home itself, as well as other structures. So that'll cover things like if your roof gets damaged in a storm or if there's a fire, but it will also cover the contents of your home or your personal belongings, from things like damage because of a roof leak or damage because of a fire, but also could be things like a burglary if something gets stolen from your home, things like that. Now, the cost of home insurance is going to be dependent on where you live. So there's a few different classifications that insurance companies use. The first is metro. So this means properties within city limits. The next is protected. This means you're within 300 meters of a fire hydrant. Semi-protected would be within 8 kilometers of a fire hall, and unprotected would be more than 8 kilometers from a fire hall. Now, we can use the Manitoba insurance rate tables to determine the cost of insurance. So this table looks like this, and you'll see that it's dependent on the property value and then where you're located, as well as if you have standard or comprehensive coverage. And this is the amount that you're going to pay depending on all of this. So, other important things to know about insurance is a deductible. Now, a deductible is what you have to pay before your insurance plan starts. So, for example, if you had a $500 deductible and you had $300 in damage to your home, you would just pay to repair the damage. It's only $300. But if you have a $500 deductible and you had $10,000 in damage to your home, you just pay the $500 deductible and the rest of the cost would be covered. Important to note, you do have to pay PST on your home insurance premiums. So generally, you would pay them either by the year or by the month, and you will have to pay 7%. So, Tom has a home worth $165,000. He lives in Metro Winnipeg and wants standard insurance with a $500 deductible. Determine his insurance premium. One thing to note is that a $500 deductible is pretty standard. If you want that deductible to be lower, it means your premiums, the amount you have to pay for your insurance, will go up. So you'll pay more every month, but then in the event that something happens, your deductible will be lower. So in order to solve this problem, we're going to use our table. Now your table is based on a $500 deductible. So all that you're going to do is you're going to find the value of his home. So that's $165,000. And he lives in Winnipeg and wants a standard policy. So here, $165,000. A standard policy would be $572. So here, his policy is going to be $572. But then we also need to include PST. So we are going to multiply this by 1.07. Remember, that will give you the total with tax. 7% tax. So the total premium will be $612.04. And that would be for the year. Now, if we go on to example 2, it says Jack owns a home that's 6.7 kilometers from the nearest fire hall, and his home is worth $295,000. He wants comprehensive insurance. Determine his insurance premium, including PST. So he lives within 6.7 kilometers from the nearest fire hall. So if we go over here, you'll see that that puts him in area 3, semi-protected. Within 8 kilometers is considered semi-protected, and he's 6.7. So he's going to be in area 3, and he wants comprehensive insurance. Now when you go over to your table, what you're going to notice is we're looking for a home value of $295,000. This table only goes up to $200,000. So what we're going to do is, it says here, additional amounts per $1,000 of coverage, add, and you'll see there's varying amounts here depending what area you're in. So I'm going to start by finding the coverage or the premium for $200,000. That I can get right from the table. So he's in area 3, and he wants comprehensive. So 700, oops, sorry, I'm off the screen here. So 200,000, area 3, $799. Now these extra amounts, might have been cut off before, is we're in area 3 for comprehensive insurance. We're going to add $3.91 for every additional $1,000 in coverage. So we need to figure out here the premium for the other $95,000. And to do that, we're going to do 95,000 divided by 1,000, because we need to know how many thousands we're adding, which is $95,000 times that additional rate. So here, $391 was the additional rate, which is $371.45. Now, to get the total, I'm going to add these together and multiply by 1.07 to get the taxes included. So the subtotal is $1,170.45 times 1.07 to include tax, and the total will be $1,252.38. So that will be the cost per year for his home insurance. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you want a lower deductible, like $200 for example, it will cause your insurance premium to go up. So you can see at the bottom of the table here, it says that this table is based on a $500 deductible. For a $200 deductible, you're going to increase your premium by 10%. So you're going to pay 10% more to get a lower deductible. So the shortcut for adding this 10% is to multiply by 1.10. So if we look at example 3, it says Omar owns a home worth $240,000 in Metro Winnipeg, and he wants a $200 deductible and comprehensive insurance. Determine his insurance premium including PST. So his home is worth $240,000, so we're going to have to split the premium into the premium for $200,000. That's the max on the table. So let's do that first. So he lives in Winnipeg, comprehensive insurance at $200,000. That's $771. If we then find the premium for the additional $40,000, Remember, we're going to take the 40,000 and divide it by 1,000. So that's 40 additional units times, and we're in comprehensive insurance, so comprehensive in Winnipeg, we're adding $3.50 per thousand. So times $3.50. So this is an extra $140. So his total at a $500 deductible is $771 plus $140, which is $911. This is for a $500 deductible. But we need a $200 deductible. So we need to add 10% to this cost. To add 10%, we can multiply by 1.10. That will add 10% of the cost. So here's the subtotal before tax for a $200 deductible. And then the last step with tax, we'll do $1,002.10 times 1.07. So $1,072.25 will be his total premium for the year. There's a lot of steps there. Try and keep your work really organized so that you know what you're calculating at each step. Now, on top of homeowners insurance, it's also important for people who rent to have insurance. So tenants will have something called tenant insurance, and it's calculated similarly. It's instead of being based on the value of the home, because the home would be rented. So if you're in an apartment or even a house that you rent, the person who owns the apartment or owns the home would have insurance on the building itself. So for example, if something happened to the roof or there was a leak in the basement, whoever owns the property will have insurance for that. But as a renter or a tenant, you need insurance for the contents of your home. So if the roof leaks and your furniture gets damaged and needs to be replaced, you would have insurance to cover the cost of that furniture. So here is an example of a rate table. So basically you're working with the coverage amount, so the value of the items in the home, and then you've got your set premiums, just like the other table. So if we were looking at Grayson has $40,000 worth of contents he would like to insure. He purchases comprehensive tenants insurance with a deductible of $200. Calculate his annual premium. So $40,000, and it's comprehensive. So his premium would be $269. But he wants a deductible of $200, and you'll see this table just like the other one has this deductible of $500. So this is with a $500 deductible. For a $200 deductible, we're going to multiply this by 1.10 to add 10%. So $295.90. So that's the total with the lower deductible. And then I forgot to mention it here, but we always want to add tax. $295.90 times 1.07 would be $316.61. And this is with tax.